Good morning, students. Let's see the continuity of trends in the M plus 2 M standard electrode potential for 3D transition series. Okay, so we already discussed about standard reduction potential. Standard reduction potential E naught, that is M plus 2 M. Okay, why it is M plus 2? This is M here. In the case of 3D transition elements, 3D transition elements common oxidation state is plus 2 except scandium, it shows plus 3 maximum. Okay, remember this. So here E naught M plus 2 and standard reduction potential can be defined as one is enthalpy of atomization or sublimation, another one is enthalpy of ionization, another one is enthalpy of hydration. Clear? Enthalpy of hydration is clear. Okay, these two are considered as positive. Why? We offer energy to the system. Here it releases the energy, so it taken as a negative. Okay. Transition elements ready to lose electrons. So they are good reducing agents. Loss of electron is called as good reducing agents. That means they easily donate electrons to others, themselves undergoes oxidized. Okay, they are ready to lose 2 electrons. Okay, so they are called as good reducing agent. Except here, before going to remember this point, let us see electrochemical series of transition, 3D transition. So very important. Okay, electrochemical series means, so lithium you know very well. Lithium ready to lose electron, 1 electron. Why it is belongs to first A group elements. It lose 1 electron. Easily lose electron, lithium. So it is called as good reducing agent. Good reducing agent. It is ready to offer electrons to other. By the loss of electron, what happened? It is oxidation, am I right? Oxidation. It is oxidized. Okay. And up to hydrogen 2H plus it gain 2 electrons, it becomes H2, gaining of electron, it becomes H2. Okay, and here up to fluorine, it's, let's see the now standard reduction potential of these. These are good reducing agent. That means their standard electrode potential, standard reduction potential in the world is mostly negative. Remember this. Standard reduction potential of an electrode is negative, more negative. Then those are called as good reducing agent. Remember this. If any atom ready to lose electron, then its standard reduction potential is negative. Remember this point, very very important. Then they are called good reducing agent. They are ready to offer electrons to others. In this case, their standard reduction potential as taken as negative values. Okay. And come to for hydrogen, its standard reduction potential values, V means volt, units per electrode potential, is 0.0 volt. This is standard measurement. Above hydrogen, negative. Standard reduction potential value. Exacted hydrogen, this is 0. This is reference electrode. Hydrogen electrode is a reference electrode. Reference electrode, remember this. Standard hydrogen electrode we call it is. So what is the potential? Reduction potential 0 volt. Above this it is negative. Then we call it is good reducing agent. Good reducing agent means they can easily lose the electrons. Okay. And come to here, their reduction potential values are positive, minus below the 0 positive. Then it is called, if positive is there, okay, in this case these are good oxidizing agents. Good oxidizing agents. You should remember this. Standard electrode reduction potential values are positive, then we call it is good oxidizing agent. It is negative, good reducing agents. It is 0, that is reference electrode. Okay. It ready to release the electron. These are ready to accept electron. Ready to accept electrons from others. That means they undergoes reduced. Okay. Here these are undergoes oxidized and good reducing agent. It helps to reduction of others. Why? Because it provides the electron to other, then they accept that electron, they undergoes reduction. But here good oxidizing agent means these are accept the electron, they gain the electron from others, then others lose the electron, that means they undergoes oxidation. Okay, ready to reduce electron, it is ready to accept electrons. That means oxidizing agent helps to oxidation of others. You should simply remember standard electron potential, reduction potential value is negative, they are good reducing agent, they easily lose electrons. It is positive, they easily accept the electron, they are called as oxidizing agent. Then other compounds undergoes oxidation by the loss of electrons to these species. Okay, clear? Remember, positive means they are not good, not good reducing agent, not good reducing agent, because these are oxidizing agent. Okay, not willing to lose the electrons, not willing to lose electrons in this case. They try to accept the electrons from others. Remember this, okay? Remember this, negative good reducing agent. Now tell me, what is the common oxidation state of transition elements? +2. That means they are ready to willing to electrons or not? Ready to lose electrons means they are good reducing agents or not? Good reducing agents. Good reducing agents means their standard reduction potential values are negative or positive? Negative. Negative. From titanium to zinc in 3D transition series, good reducing agents. Good reducing agent and their standard reduction potential value is negative. Negative. Okay, clear? Not here except copper. These are all shows negative values except copper. These copper shows E naught Cu plus 2 Cu standard same meaning is same. This is the topic. Okay, standard reduction potential of copper is positive, that is 0 plus 0.34 volt. Remaining all are they show negative, so they are good reducing agent. So but except copper it shows positive value. That means copper is not a good reducing agent. Not a good reducing agent. That means not willing to donate electrons to others. It try to accept electrons from others. So copper act as good oxidizing agent with positive electrode potential. Okay, if it is good reagent that is ready to lose electron, then it shows negative. But except here copper is exception condition, but it shows positive reduction potential value. So it is not a good reducing agent. That means it not release the electrons, it try to accept the electrons. So if you want to remove the electron, you should need to offer more energy to remove the electrons. Okay, remember this. So now write the question. Very important. Why copper shows positive electrode potential, that is plus 0.34 volts, and what is the reason? What is the reason for shows positive standard reduction potential? Why it shows positive standard reduction potential? So let's see. This is very important question. Why it shows plus remaining all are reducing agents. Okay. So standard reduction potential of copper is considered as one is enthalpy of atomization and enthalpy of ionization and enthalpy of hydration. We already discussed about this. Am I right? Initially we discussed how reduction potential is generated. These type of energies we need. Okay. For the copper, these values is very high. That is 339 kilojoule per mole. This value, heat of atomization value, and it is very low. It is very low. Hydration energy is very low. That is minus 121 kilojoule per mole. Minus 2121 kilojoule, negative value, very low. When compared with heat of atomization, its hydration energy is very low. Okay, so less amount of energy is released here. That means negative. Okay, so that is very low. 339, this is positive kilojoule. This energy is very low. Okay, clear? That means suppose copper act as good reducing agent, what happened? This is the reason. So right here, in the case of copper, it has more heat of atomization than and low hydration enthalpy. Okay, that is the reason why it shows positive electrode potential. Okay, clear mark to? That means Cu plus 2 by the loss of, it is very difficult to lose 2 electrons. If it is easily lose 2 electrons, it becomes good reducing agent. Then electrode potential value is negative. Okay. To show Cu to Cu plus 2 transformation, need to apply more enthalpy of atomization and enthalpy of ionization energy. If you want to remove the electrons from copper, we use more ionization energy, more enthalpy of atomization. So this energy, it is not balanced by hydration of enthalpy, that is delta Hy. It is very low, these two are very high. It is not easily lose electrons like this. Why? Because it has, if you want to remove these 2 electrons, you apply more energy, but hydration energy is very less, already we discussed. Okay, so heat of atomization means copper metal has copper atoms, then further it is ionization converted as ions. It is very difficult to remove like this. Okay, so that is the phenomena here. These are the reason why copper shows positive electrode potential, standard reduction potential value. So it is not a good reducing agent. Otherwise, remaining all are good reducing agent. They shows negative electrode potential. Remember this. Okay. So important these two are. And next one is from scandium to zinc, delta H hydration values are less negative, okay, negative values generally these shows except copper, but top to bottom, the period left to right, these negative values, delta H is negative almost, okay, delta H is negative, these values are negative, okay, electrode potential values are less negative, not very much negative, less negative, but Mn manganese and nickel and zinc, these three are shows more negative values, so what is the reason to show more negative? Actually decrease the negative values, but these three are exhibit more negative electrode potential values here. What is the reason to this? More negative reduction potential values here. What is the reason? So let us consider Mn manganese. What is the electronic configuration? Atomic number is 25, am I right? Then argon 4s2 3d5, am I right? 3d5. 18 plus 2 20 plus 25. Atomic number is 25. So now manganese can lose 2 electrons. Now what is the electronic configuration here? Mn argon, these 2 electrons removed from this 4s, then 4s0 3d5, am I right? 3d5. So now 3d5 means these outermost cell having single electron in 3d, it is completely off-field electronic configuration, am I right? Off-field electronic configuration, is it stable or not? Stable. So manganese, when lose 2 electrons, then it has completely off-field deconfiguration, then it becomes stable. So it loses 2 electrons easily. So here manganese act as good reducing agent, and its standard electrode potentials is mostly negative, high negative, okay. So why these are source? Actually negative values are decreases, but it has more negative. What is the reason? The stability phenomena, when manganese lose 2 electron, it becomes Mn plus 2. In 3d5 it is completely off it, so it is more stable, okay. That is the reason. So standard electron potential values for manganese is very negative, okay, remember this. So it has good reducing agent. Now what about nickel here? Zinc. Come to zinc. Here zinc, what is the atomic number? 30. Write the electronic configuration. Argon 4s2 3d10, clear? So now suppose zinc can lose 2 electrons, then it becomes Zn plus 2 electrons, okay. So now what is the electronic configuration for Zn plus 2? Argon 4s0 3d10, am I right? Why? Because it loses 2 electrons. These 2 electrons from 4s, okay. So in the 3d, what happened? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, completely fulfilled d orbitals, am I right? Completely fulfilled d orbitals, stable. Even though it loses 2 electrons, it is in stable condition. So here zinc easily loses 2 electrons, so it is also good reducing agent. That means it is easily provide. Good reducing means less ionization energy values, remembering. Less ionization value. Why? Because we can easily remove the electrons, okay. Remember this. And that means standard electrode potential for zinc is also more negative. Negative means good reducing agent. Positive means good oxidizing agent. So copper is not a good reducing agent. Why? Because it shows these two. For manganese and zinc, we can explain stability concept with d orbitals. Now come to nickel. In this case, why it is so small negatives here? For nickel it is argon. It is 28 argon 4s2 3d8. Am I right? Okay. So in this case, we cannot follow this electronic configuration here. So why it shows more negative standard electrode potential and act as good reducing agent. In case of zinc and manganese, we follow stable electronic configuration of d block. They easily lose the electrons. But in the case of nickel, we can't follow the d electronic configuration here. In this case, we follow these nickel has. That means nickel. Listen carefully. What phenomena we consider here? For it act as good reducing agent. Here you know delta H sublimation or atomization and delta H ionization of nickel Mi+2, and here it is delta H hydration. For nickel, this hydration energy value is very low, very negative. Almost all it is minus 2121 kilojoule per mole. That is more negative. You should remember more negative values. More amount of energy is revealed here. When comparing with this, it is more negative. Hydration enthalpy is more. Hydration enthalpy is more negative. Okay, so automatically these values are also more negative. When comparing with this is more negative value. Suppose +2 -8 -6, is it negative or not? This value negative. So we can also represent this delta HR standard reduction potential. Delta H standard reduction potential. This can also be represented. These values also more negative. These values also clear, ma? So while in the case of manganese and zinc we follow the d block electronic configuration, in the case of nickel we follow the more negative hydration enthalpy is produce more standard electrode potential value. More standard electrode, negative electrode potential, am I right? This value become negative. So more negative means good reducing agent, am I right? So good reducing agent, that means easily lose 2 electrons in the case of nickel +2. Okay, clear? So remember these two. Here in the case of manganese and zinc we can follow this diachronic configuration, but in the case of nickel this hydration enthalpy value is more negative, then automatically than these two. Automatically this reduction potential value is also negative. Reduction potential value is negative means then what happened? It is good reducing agent, easily lose electrons, am I right, to others? Clear? Remember this. So these 3 are bits. Why copper was first to oxide state and why nickel, zinc. Actually their values are decreases, but here the negative values are increases. What is the reason? From top to bottom, these negative values are decreases actually, but for the case of standard nickel and manganese, zinc has high negative values. Okay, what is that reason? This configuration we can exploit. They are good reducing agent, but copper is not a good reducing agent. Why? Because it has positive electrode potential. Remember this. Okay. Next. Copper, silver, Hg, platinum, palladium, especially this one belongs to 3D transition series. Am I right? 3D transition series. These are not belongs to 3D. Some others. Okay. So these are good oxidizing agents. These are called as noble metals. Noble metals means noble gases, like noble means not willing to participate in chemical reaction, not willing to participate in chemical reaction. That is called chemically inert. We call chemically inert, not willing to participate in chemical reaction readily. Okay. So these elements not dissolved in dilute acids like HCl. There is no hydrochloric acid. It is dilute acid, not concentrated. Remember this, dilute acid. So water is there. So HCl, there is no oxygen, right? So we call it is HCl is called as non-oxidizing agent. If oxygen is there, that is oxidizing agent. Not oxygen is the non-oxidizing agent. So non-dissolved in dilute HCl. So what is the reason? What is the reason for that? And also these metals not, these 2 points are very very important, not liberate when dissolved in dilute acids like HCl. Not liberate hydrogen gas. Underline it. So these metals not liberate hydrogen gas when dissolved in dilute HCl. Okay. That means, let's see, all these metals cannot produce hydrogen gas when they interact with acid. For example, lithium is a good reducing agent. It has negative electrode potential. Am I right? So when dissolved in HCl, what is the oxygen state of HCl here? It is +1. H plus, oxygen +1. Okay? +1. Dilute. Very very important. Dilute. Now in this case, it produces H2 gas. Acid. Dilute acid. This is good reducing agent. Lithium, already we know that. Good reducing agent. So what is good reducing agent? That is easily provide electrons to others. Okay, that means these lithium provide electrons to these hydrogen. Okay, now what is the oxidation state of hydrogen here? 0. Oxidation state of iron is 0. For here, before adding lithium in this acid, what is the oxidation state of H plus? That means these H plus gain electron from lithium. Lithium provides electrons of reducing agent. This accept and this becomes H plus. Suppose this is 2, this is 2, this is become H2. Clear? It gain 2 electrons and become H2. That means reduction takes place. This provide electrons, so good reducing agent. Okay? So what is the oxidation state is 0. That means if it is good reducing agent with negative standard reduction potential, it can able to liberate hydrogen gas. So now down here. Here lithium liberate hydrogen gas, or it it remove the hydrogen or it displace hydrogen from acids from dilute HCl, non-oxidizing agent. Simple. Lithium added in dilute HCl, H2 gas is developed in the beaker. So bubbles are formed in the beaker. Simple. But copper, these metals does not produce H2 like that. Suppose this reaction with copper with HCl, which is called dilute, no H2 gas. Liberate. Why? Because copper has their standard reduction potential values are positive, that is 0.34, am I right? Volt. It is oxidizing agent. It is oxidizing agent. Okay, so it cannot produce H2. Okay, so why it cannot produce H2? One more reason for that. More energy is offered to produce Cu plus 2. Am I right? Okay, that means high enthalpy of atomization need to use more energy is used to become like this. Okay, it is not balanced by hydration enthalpy. Why? Because hydration enthalpy is low. Hydration enthalpy of copper is very low. Okay, but remind these also palladium copper also like that. Okay, simply should remember copper does not displace hydrogen from dilute HCl. So what is that reason? It has positive electrode potential. It acts as oxidizing agent only. So if you want to remove the electron from the copper, we should offer more enthalpy of atomization energy, ionization energy. Okay, but hydration enthalpy is very less amount of energy is released, that is negative. Okay, remember this. So copper unable to displace hydrogen from dilute acid. Okay, clear, ma'am? But in the case of oxidizing acids, that is nitric acid, HNO3, oxygen is there, acid also. Oxygen is there, that is oxidizing acid, and concentrated H2SO4, not dilute. In this case, copper can displace as H2 from these acids. Okay, so copper can suppose interact with this, it can liberate, copper can liberate H2. Okay, why? Because it is concentrated. Okay, remember this. So let's see why copper unable to displace hydrogen in the case of dilute. So if you observe one thing here, what is the standard reduction potential H plus to become H2. Reduction potential is 0.00 volt. 0, almost all 0 for hydrogen. Already we discussed it. Positive is there. Okay. What about copper? It is plus 0.34 volt. Above hydrogen, suppose lithium, lithium has reduction potential value is negative. Okay, negative. So negative electrode potentials only displaces the hydrogen from their direct acids. Negative standard reduction potential values only displaces the hydrogen gas from dilute acid. Clear? Dilute acid. But copper has positive value. Am I right? Positive. But copper has positive reduction potential value. Copper has positive. Okay? It has more than hydrogen. So copper unable to displaces hydrogen gas from dilute acids. Clear, mark 2? So this is the reason why copper unable to displace hydrogen from dilute acid. Why? Because its standard reduction potential of hydrogen is very less than copper. Okay, so these are good reducing agents. Okay, with the negative values. Okay, now copper is oxidizing agent. Okay, it not provide here. Metal can provide electrons to H plus, but copper unable to provide electrons. Why? It is oxidizing agent. It is always try to accept electrons. Am I right? Remember this. Here lithium, if you want to remove hydrogen from here, these metal can provide electrons to this. Then only it become lithium provide electrons. It become H2 and displace as hydrogen gas. But copper unable to provide the electrons here. Am I right? Why? Because it has most positive electrode potential value. Clear? It is unable to provide. Suppose in this case copper is there, it is unable to provide electron like this. So that is the reason copper unable to provide, and it has hydration enthalpy values are very low. That is negative also. Okay, atomization values are very high for copper. Already we discussed about the reason. Okay, students, thank you very much. So read 1 or 2 times these concepts. If you have any doubt, ask me through WhatsApp group. I can explain. So if you have understand what is reducing agent, what is oxidizing agent. Here copper is oxidizing agent, so unable to provide electrons. Okay. Metals can only liberate hydrogen gas from the acid in the presence of dilute conditions only. Remember this phenomena. Okay.